Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to our Muwatta podcast. As always, I am your host Alvia and today my guest is Salaam. Assalamu alaikum Salaam, good to have you back on.
Thank you, welcome Salaam. It's great to be back on actually.
So our chosen topic for this week is the year 2022 as a whole and for us as individuals. So Salman, if you may.
Inshallah, I will be talking about both negatives and positives of 2022 because obviously a year can't be complete without both things. There should be a balance.
A good balance, yeah.
However, in my opinion, I think for me as the year as a whole has been more where I've achieved more things. So for example, Muwatta Institute gave me the perfect platform for me to not only flourish my Islamic faith but also help the young Muslim society and aim towards becoming a philanthropist in the near future. So for example, the recent annual award ceremony, which acknowledges student achievements throughout the year 2022, was hosted by me. I was a co-host as it was my first time hosting, so I felt the need to be someone with me. But all in all, it went amazingly and swimmingly, mashallah, and I just want to thank Muwatta again for giving me the opportunity. Also, Muwatta has given me another platform where I can work with children in Muwatta Institute as I have completed the 10 years in Muwatta. So that is also one thing I'm grateful for. Alhamdulillah.
Wonderful to hear, Salman. I'd also... So Muwatta has also given me a platform, especially in the award ceremony. They literally gave me a platform as I won Student of the Year.
MashaAllah.
And the first place award for my year. So again, Muwatta, it has given us a platform to grow and develop, both as people and as Muslims. So yeah, there's that positive in this world and in this year that we'd like to thank them for. And for the negatives of this year, since we need to balance it out.
So I would begin by saying, of course, in the year 2022, there's been barriers which have been exceeded, if that's the right word to use. So people have actually gone into the world, committed violence, and violence is never the answer. And people have also started to not encourage, but maybe emphasize that Muslims are bombers or attackers or terrorists as a whole, which is definitely not true. The word Islam literally means peace, and that is what we want to spread within the world. And I don't feel that it's right that people maybe put a stereotype on Muslims. So inshallah, maybe we can overcome it in the future. But as in the year 2022, there's been very harsh stereotypes which discourage Muslims. Also, it also felt a bit sluggish for me 2022, especially the beginning of the year, being midway through the school year itself. It felt a bit slow. It didn't really go as I wanted it to. But mashallah, towards the end of year 2022, I'm feeling really good about 2023.
Yeah. So for me, essentially, yeah, the start of the year, January. I know we don't celebrate Christmas, but there's just that feel to it. The cold, icy feel of winter where everything's just really sad and gloomy. It's inevitable, but you always feel it. And obviously, as a fellow school student, you do feel it's a lot more sluggish in January. Obviously, it does improve as the year goes on, but there's always that inevitable ramp to deal with. And yeah, I do agree with you with how you pointed out the increasing stereotypes of people towards Muslims as views of Muslims, foreign views of Muslims become more and more warped and more extreme to the point where they're stereotyping them to an unforgivable degree. I
agree with you completely. And before we end the podcast, I would just like to thank you for having me on today. And I would also like to thank Muwatta Institute for again providing me the third platform on this podcast for me to speak freely and openly about our Islamic cause, but also worldwide issues.
Thank you for being my guest today, Salman. Brilliant having you on as always. Wassalamu alaikum to the rest of you. See you soon.
Taking a bit of time, but can you start again? I have chosen the Muslim athlete Mo Farah, who a lot of people should already. Can you